G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Well, here we go with a different species. It's an olive. So this tree is, I've only got two olives in my collection. I've seen a mini, you've seen a mini olive before. But this is the other big guy. This is a big tree, so reasonably big size. Now, I dug this up from my parents' garden many years ago. And it was a very huge, tall tree, and I've pretty much cut it off and then started to regrow a lot of the branching. Not as healthy as it should be, but I think it's because there's a lot of deadwood on this tree and there's very small live veins. There's a nice live vein here to feed this tree and this branch, this branch and this branch, and there's a live vein at the back that feeds this and this. So there's really two live veins and the rest is all deadwood. So there's a big chunk of deadwood over here too. It's had a couple of attempts to be styled. I did offer it for I think Robert Stevens when he was here in Melbourne, quite a few many years ago, and I think he initially started all the carving. I think he decided it was a bit more different. I think it was around in there somewhere, and then we did another restyle and changed it back to this front with all this gnarly deadwood and bark and so on. So what I'm going to do today is do a bit more carving work. Now I'm not really the best carver, I'm still practicing and learning the art, but this area here is very dry and very, what's it called, blackened and dark. It's just wear and tear. And I just want to expose some other nice features. There's some nice hollows here, I just want to see if I can get some more graining work done, like nice, bit more grain looks a bit more interesting and natural. I'd love to try and get in here and do some more hollowing out, but a lot of these branches are in the way, so I'm going to have to try and figure out a creative way to do that. I might, because there's aluminium wire, I might be able to bend them around, get them out of the way, do some wiring, then put them back, or just take the wire off and move things around. Just probably move things around with the wire, get in there, carve things up, and see how we go. So it's going to be, I can't really talk while I carve, so I just might do a zooming in on certain areas and I start carving away and see how that comes out. I'll turn the sound off so you don't get deafened, and do maybe a time lapse as well so it's not so boring. But yeah, that's a nice time to work on some features here. I haven't done any lime sulfuring or anything of this. I just wanted this to do some wear and tear naturally, which is done really nicely. Unfortunately the back's really nice too, but that's the back of the tree. That would have been really nice as a front, but there's not much there. Possibly in the future there could be something along there. So we've got two options. At the moment, yeah, that's quite interesting there too. But the tree moves away to the back, but I do like this now starting to be more the front. You see the nice big flaring base, the tree curves in. We need a bit of work up here to minimise this heaviness and the no taper, so we can do that. That's why I want to get in there today. I'll see if I can manoeuvre these branches out of the way. It's got enough wire there for me to move it, and it's aluminium, so I can do that as well. Alright, let's see how we go. Got to put the safety goggles on. Got what's this one? It's a die grinder to do some of the work. I'll start with that and see hopefully how it goes. I'm just going to cover the base with a towel so I don't get all sawdust in the soil. So that's what I'll do. So give me a second while I set up. So I just stopped the work just to show you what I'm trying to do. So there's this nice big hollow, there's a couple of hollows in here. That what I want to try and do is make it like, I'm still quite rough, but make it kind of expanded, like so these grooves I'm trying to make around it. So it looks like it's giving you that depth, that there's a hollow in there, and the tree's weathered out and started to die back all the way in, but it's following the contours of that hollow, and that's what I'm trying to do. So hopefully you can see some of that rough guide there, especially this nice big middle one, and I'll get down to that one eventually as well. So nice, it's going to take a lot of time. You see how that die grind, I think I'm going to have to change to the big beastie other cutter that we've got here. So I might change to that to do some more work. That's taking a lot of time. And the die grinder's struggling on the hard olive wood. So I'll change over to that other machine and I'll continue. But I just want to explain what I'm trying to do. There's this beautiful, nice hollow in there. I'm trying to follow that contour and enhance that hollow, if that makes sense. So that's how I think of it, and that's how I like to carve. But I mean, I'm still quite novice to this, but I think I like what I like. So that's one idea, and that's my thinking. I'm going to continue that kind of work all around here, but that's like, that takes quite a bit of work, you can see. I'll be back later with the other machine, and we'll see how quicker that goes with the cutting away. So stay tuned. G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's a very windy day here today, but I want to try and get a video done. What you see beside me is a very large olive, collected many years ago from my dad's front garden. Now this tree's undergone a few workshops and demonstrations in the past at the club. Initially it was tried to be styled by, wow, the wind's pretty strong, but hopefully you guys can hear me. Wishing we had Robert Stevens down here from Indonesia. He gave it a go, and there's a couple of guys in the club with me. We restyled it and came up with a new design, and it's got this huge piece of dead wood in the middle. It's also pretty dead at the back here too. So pretty much it's got two live veins, one here running along this side and one running along that side. It's pretty obvious. You can see two branches on this side and the other branches on this side. Now I have moved the branches out of the way because I wanted to show you this bit. Now it's only been roughly carved over the years. It needs to be more refined and much more detail needs to be done in the carving. I just want to give the deadwood a clean up because some bits are wider, some bits are darker. So I want to try and clean it as much as possible today. And then I'll see what it looks like after that and what other carving it needs to do. But I might not get much done with this wind, and I might have to just clean it up with the. All I do is use water and a toothbrush. That's pretty much all I do. Use an old toothbrush. Old toothbrushes are great for this. They get right in there and clean up all that dead wood. So really, I'm only focused on this part. I don't really care about the back here. That's dead, but maybe it doesn't need to be in feature or anything like that at the moment. We just want to make sure we clean up this front and see what it looks like. It's a big tree. It's starting to really crack up. The deadwood's really starting to crack up and look old. It's got nice hollows and so on. It just needs refined carving. Power tools are needed for this. I'd love to have some fine stuff to do it, but I don't have the fine stuff. I've only got really rough carving tools. So I'm going to see what I can do, but I want to clean this up first and see what we're dealing with. So all I'm going to do is scrub away with water and a toothbrush, and I'll see what it comes out to. I'm not going to put you through that, but really it's just coming in here and just scrubbing away and see what we can actually uncover. So we're going to do that, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay. Alright, so coming back to working on this olive, I haven't, as you might have seen from the videos, gone through this tree. I started working on probably 6 months ago during summer. Didn't have much of a background, and then it's just been left a little bit to grow on. What you've noticed probably is it's a bit hard with the sun where it is, but this has now been lime sulphate quite a bit. Had to put quite a few layers on there to get it nice and white. It's a little bit cold today in Melbourne, but I thought I'd come back and do some work on this tree. So today I just need to wire up the whole top. So there's some leaves falling off from other trees. Just want to wire it and see what it looks like after wiring. But yeah, the key bits done is this, all this you know, needs a bit more carving work done to clean it up, but I want to see how naturally it will deteriorate and naturally die and naturally start to crack up. It's got some nice, really nice cracking through it already, and it's come up quite nice and whitish, but it's got some nice grey areas and gives you a bit of contrast, gives you a bit of depth. So it looks okay at the moment. I'm reasonably happy. Would like a bit more, as I said, carving work done. I'm just lacking the tools to do the fine work at the moment. But what I've got also, I'll post up some photos of the tree many years ago when it was initially styled at a club meet. Plus it was also it had initial styling by Robert Stevens from Indonesia a while back as well. But now it's gone through another transformation and changed angles and things like that. I would really like to try and get it more, I guess, olive looking, but at the moment it's got the structure of a more triangular kind of shape. But let's see what we can do in terms of changing that up a little bit. Yeah, because olives are quite, more full of foliage, and that's what I want to try and get. I want to try and get the canopy covering a lot more, the top of it having a bit more full of growth. So I'm just going to go away, wire this guy up, and then I'll show you how it looks after that. I'll see if there's anything key, anything interesting, and I'll point it out, but pretty much this is going to be a full wire. And then I'll show you the end result. Hopefully it looks good. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Alright everyone, so I have finished wiring the tree and restyling it. You can see I've tried to make this bit more rounded, giving it fullness in the tree, and then tried to make a very large canopy, trying to grow the tree more fuller style, more yeah, more like an evergreen rather than a pine, but it's very difficult. I'll do a little spin around, pretty uniform all around. You can see lots of deadwood actually work on this side. I think at one stage this was somewhere in the front, or a side angle was in the front, but we'll change that to just be around this end is the front now with two live veins. The live vein runs up here, the live vein runs up here. As you saw in the photos, there was actually the live vein was pretty much actually it was actually all in this bit as well. There's just a small bit that goes up into here, but that's obviously died back over the years. Now it's a much broader deadwood right down the middle. I'd like to do some more work in that in the future, but I'll come and show you close up now of this area, which looks really good. This area needs a bit of work, but this area is quite nice. This area is kind of being shaded by the foliage anyway, which is probably a good thing. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's come up okay. But I'll come and show you a bit of a close-up. So there you go. There's some nice hollows in there that are interesting. Alrighty, so that's it for this olive. It's going to go sit back on the benches and fill out over time, and it should look like a really nice fuller canopy tree. I'm happy with the result, and there's I know I've been a bit silent on YouTube at the moment. It's just a difficult time at this time of year in terms of early winter, what you can really do with trees. So bear with me, but there'll be lots more coming soon. So yeah, stay tuned and hope you enjoyed the video on this olive. Thanks guys.